watching Cultivate. In our season today as a youth, we think that this is the time to enjoy our lives. But little did we know that this is also the time where our decisions affect our future. In order to have a successful life, God laid down commands and instructions in the Bible. The Bible contains a lot of instructions that God has given to His people in order to live their life in a right way. But sad to say, we all have experienced to do things differently. We often obey God just because we feel like we are required to, and sometimes we fail to obey Him. But the question is, why do we really need to obey God? Obedience is an act of love. God commands us because He loves us, and we obey God because we love Him. And by obeying God, it demonstrates our faith in Him because in 1 John chapter 2 verses 3 to 6 says, "And by this we know that we have come to know Him if we keep His commandments. Whoever says, 'I know Him,' but does not keep His commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. But whoever keeps His word, in him truly the love of God is perfected. And by this we may know that we are in Him. Whoever says he abides in Him ought to walk in the same way in which He walked." It demonstrates our faith because we obey Him even without knowing what will happen next. The only thing that we are certain of is we are in God's hands and He will never forsake us. There are 10 commandments God stated in Exodus 20. First is, do not have any other God before God. Do not make yourself an idol. Do not take the Lord's name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Honor your mother and father. Do not murder. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. Do not testify or fear false witness against your neighbor. And lastly, do not covet. The first 5 commandments are saying that we need to love God. And the last 5 commandments tell us that we need to love our neighbor. So basically, God commands us to love and only love. In 2 John chapter 1 verse 6 says, "And this is love, that we walk according to His commandments. This is a commandment just as you have heard from the beginning, so that you should walk in it." Obedience is a process, and just like a child who is learning how to walk, we will stumble and fail. But it is a step-by-step process and the decision to obey God every day until we are really living in obedience. These commands that God has given to us are not a list of do's and don'ts in life. It is a guideline of how we will live our life to the fullest with peace, joy, and love. God's plans require instructions and commands from Him, and sometimes what we want to do doesn't really align to what God wants us to do. Though obedience may be hard and painful, always remember that God rewards everyone who is obedient to Him. That's it for this video. See you on our next one. God bless!